The Ace of Spades! The Ace of Spades! Hey, welcome back to the channel, guys. It's Wes. I am from Midgard Axe. New setup. How do you guys like it? This was something else that I was working on. Been silent, trying to get this out. I said I was going to bring some new stuff at the beginning of the year. I actually got a lot of my stuff done early. So this is the new setup in the back. I had the old setup, kind of modified that a little bit, but this is the new one. And this is going to go into how I'm going to start doing reviews, okay? Instead of doing it the old way, I'm going to implement something new. Tell me if you guys like it or not. We're going to do 3 installments, 3 videos per review, okay? What I wanted to try to accomplish with this is that I know people are probably coming here and are watching these videos and seeing the review that I'm giving, and I may not cover everything. They may go back to the company website and get some more information. I kind of want to make this a one-stop shop, meaning you come here, I'm going to start giving you more information about the companies that make the axes, give you a little background, then give you all the information that I can find online about this particular axe that I'm reviewing. Then I'm going to go through and give you my real world specs, weighing and giving you, lengths and all that, to compare it to what the company says on their website, okay? Then in the second installment, it's going to be basically me outside throwing. I'm going to go out and take it exactly how it is and throw it. Tell you guys what I think I want to change, make those changes on camera, and then I'm going to finish the video out with all the changes that I made, finishing with throwing videos, okay? Third video, I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. You're going to have to come back and watch it. It's a really cool idea. It'll be fun, and you guys will probably get something out of it, so, but I'm going to keep that one a secret until you come back. So getting into the video, the Ace of Spades, made by WATL, World Axe Throwing League. Okay, guys, I don't know too much about World Axe Throwing League. I really don't. That's not how I throw. And I'm more of a freestyle thrower. So I did a little research online about the actual company WATL, and it was developed by a gentleman named Mario. And from what I've read and what I gathered, axe throwing had already been going on in Canada and different places. And he kind of just got a bunch of people together and kind of like made it a uniform group. And kind of like if you would like have all these baseball teams or hockey teams, whatever, and you bring them under one roof like NHL and MLB. It's kind of what WATL did. They brought everybody together under the same roof and named it WATL. Now, if you check out the map I'm going to put up on the screen, there is a bunch of WATL places in America, as you can see, and all over the world. I am a little shocked that there's no WATL throwing in Iceland or Norway or Sweden. Iceland has got some really good axe throwers, so I'm really shocked, and I know there's a bunch of axe throwing going on up there in Iceland and Norway, so I'm kind of shocked there's nothing up there. Maybe they can try to get something in there, or maybe there's a reason why, I don't know, but thought that was kind of strange. After they got everybody together and started doing the WATL thing and competing in different areas and having tournaments and all that, they decided to start making their own axes, okay? And if you go on their website, you will see that they make a ton of different throwing axes, and they design them differently. They design them with, some have more weight in the pole, some have more weight out front, so it rotates a little bit easier. They got all kinds of different things, and if you read each description, it gives you an idea of what they did to the head to kind of, if you're throwing a certain way, you can get this axe and it might help you do this or help you do that. So kind of like what I do when I do my axes, my design work, I kind of change weights and move things around. So, I mean, it does work, guys. And, I think they probably know what they're talking about when it comes to WATL. So I would implore you to go on their website and check it out. They got some pretty cool axes on there, and they all are kind of designed a certain way to fit different throwers. This is not sponsored, guys. I don't know anybody personally with WATL. I don't know anybody, and I've never competed in WATL, so this is just my personal opinion, giving you unbiased stuff that I found on their website, and then I'm going to give you my personal opinion at the end. Okay, so going through this axe from the website, what they supply, the information they supply you on this axe, okay, or this throwing axe. Okay, so from what I gathered, they said that the whole thing is coming in at 2.4 pounds, okay? And the head alone is at 1.7 pounds. It does come with a 17-inch hickory handle, straight hickory handle, okay? It does have the WATL design stamped into the head here, and then on the back they do give you the spade design stamped in the back, which is kind of cool too. They claim that this thing comes razor sharp, and they also give it a really extreme ultra thin cheek design and bit. So you're getting a super, guys, I'm telling you, this thing is super thin, okay? The head itself is 1045 carbon steel, so you do get a carbon steel head, which is really nice. And it's like a brushed finish. I did watch a video in 2020 that said that it came unfinished, the handle did, which is great. But I did notice this one came with a clear coat varnish on it. When I went on their website, it says it comes with a clear coat varnish. Now on their website and on YouTube and a bunch of different videos, there is a lot of people raving about this throwing axe, okay? They also state on their website too that this is not for beginners, that this axe isn't for beginners. Guys, I'm a freestyle thrower, so I'm going to get into it, but that's what they claim. They say this is for professional throwers. So we're going to test it, of course, but that's what they're claiming, that, somebody who's first getting into axe throwing probably shouldn't buy this, that this is really for professional people who have a ton of experience behind an axe, that throw the axe cleanly and can get that bit sticking. I'm assuming they're saying that because of how thin the profile is, and it's probably going to have a lot of rollover, but I'm just telling you what they're claiming. Okay, so now that we've got all that out of the way, let's get into what I think and actual specs. Okay, so they're claiming that this thing comes with a 17-inch handle. Let's find out. 17-inch handle. 17-inch handle right on the button. It is 17 inches. And on their website, they're also claiming too that this thing has a 3.9-inch bit. Okay, we're going to check it out and see. Yep, 3.9-inch bit. It does come with that, okay? Up at the top, I do like the design of the head, how it's straight here and kind of flows down at the bottom. The curved bit here for sticking, I do like that as well. They do say that it comes razor sharp. No, it's not razor sharp. It's okay. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not great either. But I will say it's not razor sharp. You do get a nice seat up here. They do put 2 steel barrel wedges in up at the top. And I will say that the leading steel barrel wedge up here is actually starting to go into the head when they smashed it down. Is that going to be a problem? I don't know. We'll see. But they kind of like took out a little bit of the axe eye there when they were putting it in there. Is that a big deal? Not really, but it is something that I noticed. The seatment on this thing is pretty good. There is no gaps. There's no holes. I don't see any light coming through. I do see that it is doing a little bit of curling. And if I had to look at this and say, I could be wrong. But if I had to look at this, it looks like they may have put some epoxy in there, which is fine, guys. You know I do that with my throwing axes as well. But if they did that, that is kind of cool that they took the extra step to do that. It gives you a little bit more insurance. There is a good line on this side here, meaning it's nice and straight. There's no gouges or anything, especially up at here. It's very nice and clean. But on this side right here, I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but all right here, it looks like somebody either like set this on the ground and ran it across or hit it with a grinder really quick. But there's a bunch of grind marks all on this leading edge right here. Is it a big deal? No, but it is something that I noticed. I didn't see anything on their actual website for the head length, but I will give you guys the head length real quick. I forgot to do that, sorry. 6.5 inches. So your head length from pole to bit is 6.5 inches. Online, guys, it says this whole thing's coming in at 2.4 ounces. I'm going to give it away on my scale here. And I got 2.5 ounces, so it's about an ounce heavier than what they claim. But I will say, which is kind of cool, on their website, all their stuff says approximately, which is kind of nice. So that way, if you get it and you're like, oh, let's see this. Oh, it's 16 3/4. They lied. They said approximately, guys. So I'm not going to ding them for it. It's an ounce. I will say, though, that some people out there that maybe do WATL, thinking that this thing's coming in at 2.4 ounces, may be a little hesitant because it is a whole ounce heavier. Just so you know, guys, if you're going off that, just make sure you understand that it does say approximately. Sometimes you'll get axes to where this one will weigh 2.5 and then I could order another one and it might come in at like 2 pounds and 3.9 ounces. almost an ounce heavier. So that's why they give you that approximate, because everything's not the same. My personal feelings on this axe so far, this throwing axe here, just kind of looking at it, it does look pretty cool. I will give it that. It does feel good in the hand, okay? And I will say that the pole back here is pretty big, meaning there is some weight back here, okay? Does it feel like all the weight's back here? No. It feels like the weight is like right, it's not following the handle straight down. It might be just a hair back from the handle, so about like right in here where it feels like all the weight's at. But it does, it's weird because it does feel pole heavy, but then when you go to release, you can feel that the bit's wanting to come over with it. So, but guys, that's just my personal opinion and my first thoughts on holding it. When I start throwing it, I could have a completely different opinion on what I think this axe is going to do and not do, and then give you my actual thoughts on how it throws. So just keep that in mind. It's literally just me holding it and doing this. But the real opinion is going to come from when I step outside and throw it. We'll also say too that it is hafted on the handle pretty straight, okay? Pretty straight. I do have a small kick this way, okay? It's not bad, but it is present, okay? It is kicked a little bit to the left. Is that something that's going to bother me? No, because I don't throw competition and I can still throw it and get bullseye, so I'm not worried about it. But just so you guys know, it is a hair to the left. But I think if you got this for competition, you could literally just change the handle design just a hair with some sanding if you didn't want to reseat it, and you could get the handle back in line because it's a straight handle. You could get it back over this way a little bit, so that way it's kind of more in line with the head. So I wouldn't freak out about it too much. But like I always tell you guys, each axe is its own thing. I could get one that's great. You could get one that's not great, and that's with any manufacturer. So just keep that in mind. But this one was looking pretty good. Alright guys, real quick, before we continue the video, let's go over and see who won the Kings County Tools Tomahawk Hatchet. There was 13 of you that entered. Some of you may ask why there was 14 spots on the wheel. I put 14 spots on the wheel because the last spot on the wheel is always a wild. If you hit that and then your number hits, I always give you guys something extra like a whetstone, or maybe I'd do a service on your axe that you request. But number 7 hit, and number 7 is Joseph Dow. Joseph, you are the winner of the Kings County Tools Tomahawk Hatchet. Congratulations, Joseph. Joseph's been with us for a while, guys, so congratulate him. He's never won. He's been with us for a long time, entering in all these giveaways, so congratulations. Cool thing, guys, cool thing. Been meaning to send this over to Joseph. Joseph, if you don't know, is over in the UK. I've been meaning to send him this axe. If you guys haven't seen this video, it's in my playlist on Axe Review Gone Bad. This is supposed to be going over to Joseph in the UK to get fixed. And when he fixes it, he's going to send it back to me, and I'm going to do another review on it, and then I'm going to give it back to you guys. So thank Joseph, because I'm going to send him 2 axes, and he's going to fix this one. So, but thanks. I appreciate everybody getting in on the giveaway. There's going to be plenty more. I got a cool one coming up, so stay tuned. Let's get back to the video. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the new background. It was pretty cool. I enjoyed making this. Had some help with this from someone who gave me a little inspiration on making that, which was kind of fun. And then the axes over here, guys, these are all of my designs. They're not axes that I forged. They're my designs. And if you don't know what I do on my channel, I do mostly axe throwing. I do hafting and stuff, but I also like designing axes. I take different axe heads and I'll completely redesign them, shave weight off, add weight, do different things with different axe heads to make a really cool and functioning throwing axe. And if you didn't know, and you haven't watched any of my other videos, a lot of my throwing axes are multi-purpose axes, meaning that you can chop with it and you can throw it, okay? So that's the kind of axes that I like throwing, multi-purpose axes. But if you guys see, you know, I've got the my axe up here that I made in the video, a couple, the Jormungandr, or the God of War axe, the Leviathan. I made that one. If you guys are interested in seeing how I made that, go back and check that video out. I think it's called the Jormungandr or Leviathan axe. This one here is one of the axes that I designed. It's kind of like a modern day Dane axe that I use, which is really cool. And then this one right here is also a carpenter's axe. Guys, I don't know if you know or not, but I love throwing carpenter's axes. This is this Gransforsbruk small or large carving axe, I believe is what it is, and I redesigned the head, which is really cool. This one here, actually, this one here, guys, if you haven't watched my ghost story, go back and check out my ghost story. This axe here is the axe that I talk about at the very end of the ghost story. This is it right here. This is the axe, and it's going to stay on this wall. These right here I'm going to take off. All three of these axes right here are basically retired. I'm not going to, they're my first ones or second models that I made, and I'm not going to ever probably use them again, so I've kind of permanently affixed them to this. And then this one here, guys, you're probably wondering, what kind of monstrosity is this thing right here? What the hell is that? This was my very first axe that I ever hafted, designed, head-wise. Very first one a long time ago, and started throwing it. I've been throwing this axe for I don't know how long now. God, I have to go back. I couldn't even tell you when it was. Designed this and threw it. Still working, but I decided to retire it. It's starting to get beat up. But as you guys can see, I have torn this axe. I mean, I've got electrical tape around here because I took a chunk out of the handle. Down here, the handle is split. But guys, the head, I don't know if I can show you or not. It's still tight. It didn't come loose. And as you can see, I have literally taken gouges out of this handle from throwing it, and the head never came loose. But it's time to retire it. It was my very first axe I ever designed and hafted, and this thing has been thrown for years and years, and it's just time to retire it, guys. But it's sentimental to me. I love it. You know, it's kind of the weird hook on the inside, which is kind of weird, but whatever. It really worked out really well. And if you go back to some of my very first shorts on TikTok, I think I might have some on YouTube, but if you go to some of my very first shorts on TikTok, I was still using this. So it just recently, I retired it. It started getting beat up pretty good, and I was like, before it breaks, I want to keep it for sentimental reasons. So, but anyway, guys, this is the setup here. This is going to be the indoor setup. I do have the old one still, of course, but you know, you guys will see that in another video. I kind of modified it a little bit, and I completely changed rooms. This is a completely different room in the house. I had to paint all these walls, make this stuff. So you guys have been wondering what I've been doing. I have been working a lot, and I have been having a lot of personal things going on. You know, we got, you know, there's 6 of us now. But guys, this was all going on as well. Completely moving rooms to do this. So it's really cool. I'm glad that I was able to bring it to you before the first of the year. I'm trying to get a cameraman if I can. I know I'm going a little long-winded on this one. You know, I'm just kind of giving you guys a catch-up. But anyway, guys, I hope you come back to watch part 2 when I go outside and start actually throwing this axe, do some modification work to it, and get this thing throwing really good and see how it holds up and see if it even holds up. So, but like I said, I'm kind of expecting that edge to roll over, but I guess you're going to have to come back for part 2 and watch me throw this thing and get into the information on what I find out about it and how it holds up. But until next time, guys, see ya.